Olha onde eu estou, na Mais com o ícone do mercado financeiro mundial, Peter Tuchman, mais conhecido como Einstein de Wall Street. Eu vou pedir para ele me ajudar a convidar todos vocês que operam apenas no Brasil para também operarem o mercado financeiro aqui dos Estados Unidos. Peter, nice to meet you.
Welcome. Nice to have you. Thank you.
Thank you for having me.
Obrigado. Is that how you say?
Yeah.
Cool.
Yeah. Just to give one idea to make a difference in the U.S. market and Brazil market, how big is the U.S. market?
So the U.S. stock market has so here on the New York Stock Exchange, we have more than 3,000 equities.
Sure.
We have also the NASDAQ, which is a majority of those names are mostly tech stocks.
Okay.
There are thousands of stocks on the NASDAQ exchange. One of the reasons that people went to NASDAQ as opposed to be here is basically valuation. In the old days, you needed to be $250 million or bigger to list here on the New York Stock Exchange.
Okay.
The NASDAQ, there are much less stringent rules, so that the tech companies that had big revenues but not so many profits did not have the capitalization to list here on the New York Stock Exchange.
Yeah.
So the U.S. stock market is huge, billions and trillions of dollars. You've got the individual equity names,
Sure.
like NVIDIA, Apple, Google. You've got ETFs, right? Electronically traded funds, or futures, or financial instruments like NQES, MES, all those different things, like the SPDR, the S&P 500. The stock market offers so many different opportunities to trade baskets of stock. From a future perspective, from an initial equity perspective, and then to incorporate Apex into that, it's amazing. All the barriers to entry are down. Anybody can do it.
Yeah, well, I trade Brazil for 5 years, my own capital, and I always lose money. I almost kill myself because of that. Yeah, I lost all I got, almost lose my family, my wife, my kids, my mortgage, everything. And then when I know...
Can I interrupt you? What were you doing wrong?
I was doing everything wrong because I can't...
Clearly.
Yeah, I can't, no way I can't lose that money.
But you did lose it.
Yeah, I did lose.
So from a trading perspective, what were you doing? Did you have a plan?
Yeah.
Or you just bought a stock, you threw a dart at the wall?
You know, I had a plan, but I wasn't disciplined to follow this plan because I was desperate to not lose the money.
So just so everyone knows, never trade the stock market when you're in a psychological state of desperation. Do not trade the stock market hoping that the money you make is going to pay your rent. Because you will never win. You're guaranteed to fail.
Totally agree.
80% on a good day, 80% or more people who trade fail. That's on a good day. So if you have all that negative stuff going on, you're guaranteed to fail. Well, I'm glad that you're here and not there.
All this because of Apex. Apex give me the accessibility.
Infinite possibilities.
Infinite possibilities,
Yes.
So help me tell Brazilians to not trade your own money and trade the Apex capital.
So look, going forward from now, right, if you need to reach out to this wonderful gentleman or for me, there's absolutely no reason for anybody in Brazil to be using their own capital to trade. Apex makes it so simple, accessible, affordable, and fun to basically get in and trade this market without any downside risk. Your only risk is $33 or $34 or $38. The minor cost to open an account, which is always on sale, Apex always has an 80% sale, 90% sale, right? There's absolutely no reason anybody in Brazil who's listening to this, who wants to trade the market, should please never risk their own capital. All you have to do is go to my Instagram, his Instagram, the website, open an account with Apex. You will be given $50,000, $100,000, $150,000. You're not risking anything more than the $33. If you blow up your account, you open a new one. So you'll risk another $33. But at no point ever should you be risking your own capital to trade this market as long as Apex is around.
You heard the man.
Apex offers you the accessibility and the funding. However, there's an educational component that's very important. FOMO, hype, hope, fear of missing out, these are not trading strategies. Throwing a dart at a wall is not a trading strategy. Technical analysis is a trading strategy. Apex does not teach that, but I teach it. I don't know, maybe you teach it.
Tape reading.
Okay, well, I'm not a tape reader. To me, I mean, everybody has their own secret sauce.
Sure.
If your secret sauce works, 100% I endorse it. And the other thing that's the most important is have a stop order on every trade that you do. Do not think that the market maker is going to screw you over. That's not a fact. Have a stop order on every trade. Just to give you a simple example, if I buy 100 shares of XYZ, okay, at $50, I have a stop order in at 1% of the price of the stock. So a $50 stock is 50 cents. So I buy 100 shares at $50. I have a stop order at 49.5. What does that mean? That means if the stock goes against me, I get stopped out, I lost $50. I move on to the next trade. If it goes up, the next important bit of discipline is if it goes to 50.5, I sell half my position. I move my stop order to break even. Now I just made 50 cents and I cannot lose money on the trade. That is the greatest feeling of confidence that you can have as a trader. Having made money and I cannot lose money. And if it goes to 51, I sell 25% more. I move my stop order to lock in a $0.50 profit. So it's all about consistency and discipline, protecting your downside, taking a profit when you can, not when you have to. Know when to stop trading when you're making money and when you're losing money. These are the simple rules. And if you follow those rules, anybody can be
simple, but it's hard.
It's simple, but it's very hard.
Very hard,
Because what goes on between our ears is the most powerful. Psychology of trading is probably one of the hardest things.
And that being said, how avoid on Apex, don't face it as a game.
This isn't a game. It's money. It's real money.
But as since we have this
very
like
easy to
reset the account, try again, reset the account, and you know. So this is very easy to trader goes to the wrong path, you know. So what you can say to don't go to that run.
You know what? Look, I think people should take it seriously. They should learn and study. They should not take this on as basically if I blow up the account, I just open another one. I mean, if that's the case, then you can always do that. But it shouldn't be that way. If you look at it a little more seriously, then it's better off.
And you spoke about the stop. How deal with stop in a good way? You know, because when we stop, we lose money, and that's the moment then we are able to go to the revenge trade and go all in and lose everything.
Okay, so there are two kinds of traders, right? Having a stop order be executed means yes, that I lost money. But anybody, if I were to present you the scenario, wouldn't you rather lose $50 than $250? Of course. People do not like to acknowledge a loss. First of all, they like to blame somebody for the loss, right? Which is ridiculous. You need to take responsibility for your losses. And I would rather lose $50 than $250 any day of the week. So first of all, you put in a stop order. It's either 1% of the price of the stock. It's either the average daily range, the ADR. It can be any number of things. Never move your stop order. And if it starts to get close to your stop order, don't move it because you don't want to lose money. Losing money is part of the game. Anybody who tells you they don't lose money is full of BS. Losing money is part of the game. The bottom line is, as long as you're making money more times than you're losing, you're a winner. That's the bottom line.
Well, I try hard for 5 years, 240 weeks straight, and don't give up. And what you can tell to people to don't give up of career of trader, being a trader?
You know, look, being a successful trader is the most exciting thing in the world. It's something I love to do. For me, it's like being in Super Bowl every day. Right? So first of all, never give up. You should never give up in life in general. Right? We learn a lot from our failures. We learn more from failures than we do from success. So at the end of the day, give it a try. It's not for everybody. Right? Don't overstay your welcome. Right? If it doesn't work for you and it doesn't make your mind happy, walk away, find something else. Go get a job at McDonald's. I don't care what you do. But if you're able to do it and do it disciplined and make money at it, there's nothing better feeling in the world.
Existing a lot of trade in Brazil that they didn't trade US because they didn't know about this market. So helping me invite traders from Brazil to start trading futures on
You
your
know what? Look,
country?
first of all, welcome. This is the floor of the New York Stock Exchange, the greatest financial institution in the world, right? So you are all welcome here. I've been doing this for a long time, and so I'm giving you a formal, personal invitation to come and see what we do here. Secondly, I would like to invite you to trade our market, right? So I know it's limited to be trading Brazilian stocks and Brazilian markets. And so what has happened recently is, with the advent of Apex, that all the barriers to entry are down for anyone around the world in Brazil to come and trade our market. What do they offer? They offer accessibility and funding. What does that mean? That means if you open an account, look, before Apex happened, you needed $25,000 to be able to open an account and trade at U.S. markets. I don't know about you, but only wealthy people have that much money to avoid all the rules. So Apex coming along and offering accessibility and funding for anybody who has as little as $33, $28, $38, can now, using Apex, can now not risk their own money, open an account with Apex, and learn to trade the futures market. So you are all welcome. I invite you all to do that, because without Apex, without this accessibility and funding, you're not available. You're not. It's not that you're not welcome. You're always welcome, but it's just virtually impossible because of the lack of money, the lack of transparency, the lack of accessibility. What Apex does is it gives you the opportunity. You go online to you, or you go online to me, and you open an account with Apex for as little as $33. They will then give you $50,000 simulated money. Okay, over the next 30 days, you have to make $3,000 to become qualified, to show your commitment to the program. Once you become qualified, you get a paid account. Then they fill your bank up with 50,000 again, or 100 or 150. There are different rules, so just go on the website and read it to the best of your ability, and then you get to trade. Now, there is another component, which is you need to be educated on how to trade, how to identify a good trade. And you can teach them, I can teach them. It's whatever makes you happy. However, once you start to trade using Apex, and you have the accessibility and the funding, right? Then you can get paid. So let's say you get a paid account, you start trading, you make $10,000. They will send you a check for $9,000. They will pay you in real dollars, trading simulated dollars, I think at an 80 or 90% ratio. So imagine, I mean, it's like a match made in heaven, that for the first time in history, anybody with $33 can open an account, trade a U.S. equity market, do not risk their own capital, and get paid to trade. It's amazing.
Okay. Well, my training is not in English, but if
you're doing pretty good in my book.
If some in Brazil wants to learn with you, which
you know what? Look, my doors are always open. I have an academy called Wall Street Global Trading Academy, WSGTA.com, and you can reach out to me. I'll be happy to help anybody who needs help.
Okay, that's it. Thank you.
My pleasure.
Appreciate it.
Anytime. That's all I got to say about that.